Hey, Metal Maniacs, this is Dirk Weiss of Warpath, Germany, and you're thrashing it up on Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Hamburg, Germany, from Massacre Records, Thrashers, Warpath. Please welcome founding member, vocalist, Dirk Weiss.
Hello, Metal Messiah Radio listeners. How are you doing?
How are you doing out there? Welcome to the Metal Meltdown. Dirk, thank you for taking the time to be here. Are you having fun out there tonight?
Yes, after we check out this fucked up stuff with this telephone,
I know.
I'm feeling fine and I'm going on now.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it was quite an interesting situation leading up to the interview, and in our way to try to get this done. And I kept hearing myself, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm driving myself crazy. But that being said, it's great to have you here with us so that we could talk about your brand new Warpath offering, Filthy Bastard Culture, set for a November 23rd launch by Massacre Records here in the States and I assume across the world.
Yeah,
It's great to have this new
it's
offering.
for us. It's very difficult because it's set for the 3rd of November, and but it's also you can wait. The record is in stores since Friday the 9th, but nobody was informed of it. But we don't care.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
new
because
album. It's a
this is
good
the first I'm
album,
hearing
and
it.
yeah. Principal Culture is a little bit more rough and got lots of more melodic parts. And we also go together as a band since the other guys have entered Warpath 2 years ago. So everybody on the service into composing and writing song even more. It's on Bullets for the Desert session. So it's a good record. It's rumbling, it's killing, like we like it.
Oh, it's very good. Yeah, and it's also really great news to have this new offering. It lets us know that the Mighty Warpath is back, as it is a follow up to the 2017 release, as you just mentioned, Bullets for a Desert Session. For that interview, I got with Flint, and it's good to know Flint's still in the band. And I think it's the same lineup as your last offering. But
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, please let us know who does make up the current lineup of Warpath.
The current lineup, it's the same like Bullets on the Desert session. It's we have Flint still on guitar, Norman on drums, Sören still plays the bass, and me on vocals.
Very good.
Same lineup, and I think we're growing up and growing because the other guys are very easy. We don't have too much discussions about this or that, or let's do it like this or do it like that. We just go on and try to have a good time.
This is great.
Yeah.
And I would imagine you're very happy with the Massacre, being that you're still with them. So, in your words, how is Massacre working out for you in the band?
Massacre Records, it's okay. It's a small label with a lot of bands, but famous bands are still on this label, like Totenmond, Atrocity, or Hate Squad. Small famous bands, maybe. But they did a good job in the underground, but it's still a small label, so they have not so much money to supporting us. To say, yeah, we can give you the tour, a buy on the tour, like maybe with Slayer or something like this. But it's okay. There are a lot of bands on the whole wide world, and it's not so easy to get a contract or to get a little bit of money just for the recordings or for the production. It's not the same thing like we had in the 90s, where we get paid with maybe 15,000 euros or something like this. It's completely different now in these times.
Absolutely,
So
it's a
yeah,
different world. Yes, it is.
Yeah, completely.
Right, and let's talk about Filthy Bastard Culture. Could you let us know what studio this was recorded in and who was responsible for the mixing, mastering?
This for the production, we recorded by ourselves. We bought a laptop, a good laptop, and a mixing part, and a small mixer with 16 channels, and we recorded by ourselves in the rehearsal room, everything, and the mix and mastering was done by Eike again, Eike Friese. He also did a great job, like he did it on the Bullets for the Desert session. He's a cool guy. He made mixes for Alice Cooper. He recorded Ian Gillan. He made a lot of stuff like Heaven Shall Burn. We have a death metal band here called Endseeker. So also he produced everything with a lot of passion until the album. Yeah.
Very cool. And one thing I really like about the offering, the new offering that is out now, you say, even though I didn't find out about it until you told me, because I have it in my notes that it's being released on the 23rd, but that's good still. The artwork is really great for Filthy Bastard Culture, and there's a certain, I call it an imagery, iconic imagery at that, that follows through all the Warpath offerings. Could you tell us about this particular CD artwork and what this iconic imagery is all about.
So we have some re-releases. If I understand you in the right way, we have some re-releases from our first records, the second and the third records called Massive and Against Everyone. They're remastered by our old producer Andy. It was Stage One Studio, and at the Stage One Studios. He was also the producer of the original albums, and I said it's a good idea to make a remaster by a person who knows us, as we are at this time as we recorded it, and he made a good job. It's not too much, and it's not like this that you are listening to a record that you know by 20 years and it comes back as a remastered version, and it's like, well, it's got not like a remaster or a remix, and you said the spirit is gone.
I got you. Yeah,
Hello?
I follow you. Yes, yeah, that makes sense, right?
And and the second thing, what you asked for was
the artwork
for our new releases.
Yeah, the new artwork for Filthy Bastard Culture. The artwork, I like to talk about that. And
the artwork is fantastic, or is it great?
it is, yeah. And that imagery, that logo, if you want to call it.
Yeah,
I see that on all the albums. And could you tell us more about that logo? He
made the best thing. It's for my opinion, it's the best thing. The best work on a booklet, in a booklet, or front or back cover that we never had before. This guy came down on a concert, and on the second side, he was, and we had some beers together, and then he came to the next concert, and to the next concert we supported Overkill in Bochum, and he was there again and came down with a poster and said, "Hey, can you sign this?" And I said, "Wait, who made this poster?" And he said, "I did it by myself because I'm a printer, not a printer, a designer." And I said, "Wow!" So we have to give me your number. We have to phone again in March 2018 for a new album. And he said, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." And I just told him that we have an idea like maybe like the colors and the art of Sin City. And the second thing was, I have an own idea. What do you say about this? And that was the front cover and the complete booklet stuff, like we released it now. Because I look at all the stuff and I said, "Wow, man, it's great. I've never imagined and never expected something like this." He's a great guy. He's a friend and fan of us. And, he designed now the shirts.
That's cool. Where would you say would be the best place for a fan of Warpath to get the new release, a copy of Filthy Bastard Culture? Where would you say would be the best place to find it and to get merch? Would that be at the Warpath official website?
Maybe yet. We have an official website. It's called warpathgermany.com. But I think maybe in the internet or mail orders like Nuclear Blast, they have a worldwide distribution. And I don't know how good this distribution is in the States because we're a small band, or we have a small label. I don't know how good the distribution is in the States for us. But I think you always will get it on mail orders like Nuclear Blast, or you can get it on warpathgermany.com also, or at the Facebook on Warpath Hamburg at Facebook.
All right.
Where you will find it and you can get it.
Very good. Thank you for that info. And please, if you will, share with us some of the highlights of your past performances. And if you could tell us about what tour you may be having lined up in support of Filthy Bastard Culture, where will you be performing and who will be joining you for the future shows? Who will be joining you?
Yeah. The last 2 years we had really good shows at the North Open Air together. We played in front of maybe 3,500 people together with Edward Gates, Tankard, The Haunted, and some other bands like Nightlight Orchestra. And we also played shows in Wacken last year in front of maybe 2,000. It was a good show, but much too early. We played at 12:30, 12:20 midday, and it's not so Because when you go on, it's not my time. Like
It's
maybe
early,
it's the best thing to say something like this. But it was a good
too
show.
early. Too early though. Yeah, too early. 12:30 in the afternoon. That's way too early. That's your lunchtime.
Yeah, it's way too early. Yeah.
Wow.
We still landed at the walking ground with our minds maybe like 4 hours later.
Wow.
When we have some beer and joining the stages and all what's happening around, then we said, okay, now it's time to go on stage, but it's 4 hours too late now. So we have to enter the stage 12:20, and we did the best. You can watch this video also on the Wacken channel.
Cool. That's good to know.
On YouTube.
Very nice. That's good.
But we have also done smaller festival shows on the Chronicle Moshers together, headlined by Asphyx and some other bands. And also great was the shows last year. We supported we're supporting Overkill here in Germany. That was good. It was good for us. And for future plans, we will be performing some shows started in March. We just finished our release shows last week in Hamburg and Oldenburg, Germany. And we also have together some shows here in Germany with Disbelief. And late in summer, we have some festivals. And we are booked until autumn next year. And I hope we can enter some countries next to Germany, maybe Czechoslovakia, Netherlands, Belgium, maybe. But it's not so. We're a little bit late with our booking, and we also have. It's the same problem like we also have millions and billions of bands. When we have a lot of festivals here in Germany and around in Germany, maybe also here in Europe. But they're still booking from maybe July until August, September. And when we released now our record last week, and we started to go on because we want to say, okay, let's wait until our new record is out now. And so we are a little bit late with booking now because they are all done with their bookings for next year, 12 months before, 10 months before.
Wow, time flies before you start to have fun.
Yeah.
You got to get the ball in gear. Yeah, it's true. And so I wish you the best with your future shows, and hopefully you get onto some more shows like with Overkill, maybe Creator, Destruction, and some other legends of Thrash Slayer or whatever.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be great. I wish that for you. And also, let's talk about Warpath videos. I checked out on the Massacre Records YouTube. Recently, they just released your lyric video for Into the Dark, and they released the official official video, the official single. Could you please let us know, the listeners, about the making of this video, who edited it, who produced it, and also about the lyric video, who created that? If you could spend some time talking to us about the videos, we would appreciate it.
Yeah. So first we get let's get to the FU clip. We filmed backstage scenes and concert scenes in the last 2 years, last year and this year, filmed by friends and fans and ourselves. And I put them all together and edited and just put it on the beat. And so maybe you can call it produced. It's the FU clip is made by me on the computer. The film scenes are maybe my girlfriend's fan. A friend of Flint also films us in Wacken, backstage in the car. Backstage scenes we have a lot of, not very expensive, but it's nice to see. It's good to see, and it's a lot of fun because there are some other bands also really like Disbelief, the singer of Disbelief, that we heard us. For the next thing is for the lyric video Into the Dark, it's also made by me.
You did that too? Oh wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I like stuff like this. I don't take. I have. When I sit in front of a computer and like to do something like this, time doesn't matter. I sit there and made and want to make it because we have not the money, so it's time to do it by ourselves. And we just We will release the Chameleon video next week. It's the second official video clip, and it's still made by the guy who made the Reborn video clip for Bullet for Devil Session. Called his name is Dani Moreno.
Oh yeah.
And he made a really good clip, and I think most of the people will never expect it something like this. The band is not to see. It's just I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's a really great video. He worked on after maybe he worked about 2 months now on this clip, and it costs a little bit of money, but we don't care. He made a really good job. I never expected something like this. As we finished with the recordings, I listened to Sanina and had visions in my mind. I said, okay, I want to do this video. And the guy said, no, let's do it, Dani Moreno again. And I said, okay, no problem. So I had more time for the other stuff like FU or Into the Dark. Got out that I have seen all this video. I was very astonished about it, and I never expected something like this. So there's no scene. We are not to see in the video. Just Flint maybe in 2 seconds, and the rest is just a whole bunch of great pictures and scenes.
And what track is this video for?
Send Me Here.
Thank you.
It's maybe the 10th or 11th or 12th track.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Thank you. And Dirk, what do you do when you're not doing Warpath? Over the times that you were away from the scene and other Warpaths were coming out, which are really not even significant anymore. There was a Warpath in the UK, there was a Warpath in Brazil. When you had your little break with Warpath, they came out with records, but they don't seem to have done anything since. And now that you're back, it's great to have you back on the scene. But what do you do to make a living beyond the band? Because as you mentioned, there really isn't much money for the band this day and age in metal. So what do you do to make a living out there?
So the first thing, what I'm doing is I'm a car painter. I work as a car painter every day, and the second thing is it's not like a doing thing, but I'm the proud dad of my 16-year-old son, and he's with us since a year now. He's 16 years old now. He's helped us putting up stuff on stage. He did the merch also. He's a funny, great person, and I'm still working as a car painter. Maybe sometimes I'm painting pictures, or my stands are prepared by me. I'm a creative person sometimes, but I have to pay my car, I have to pay my apartment, so I have to work.
Yeah, it's the root of all evil. You need to make money to survive out there in the world. That's just the way it is. You got to have something coming in, right?
Yeah.
And Dirk,
it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Dirk, would you like to share with us some of your proudest moments being part of Warpath, being the founder of Warpath? Would you like to share any special moments that have special meaning to you with us?
Yes. Sometimes for me, it was since we are back in 2015, I met some persons who said, wow, man, your album Against Everyone, we released it in 1994, was so great for me, and I was 16, I was 30, or you bring me down, you bring me to the OS school or something like this. And also I met a guy who came over and he said, hey man, I like your album. The first time I listened to it, I was 13 years old, and his name is Dave Meyer-Berhorn, and he's now the drummer. Do you know the power metal band Orden?
Oh yeah.
Germany?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's the drummer of, and he said to me, without you, Digger, and without this album, I'd never become a drummer. And now he's working as a drum teacher, as he's a drumming teacher, and so he's a drummer at Orden. And we are good friends now since 1.5 years. And it makes me very proud to hear something like this, and to see his person going on. Like maybe I missed the chance, or I never got the chance, because he's making music, and that's great. And the second thing is also, do you know the band Endstille?
I'm not familiar with that band. No.
It's a black metal band. It's also the same thing with the singer. The lead singer came also down, and he was 16 years old, and he saw Warpath as a 16-year-old guy in his hometown. He said, "Wow," laughing his head away. And 20 years later, he came over and said, "Hey, we have 15 years of Endstille now. Please play as a support band for us." And yeah, that's great for me. And every time when I'm going out on stage and something unexpected happens, like we had it at the North Open, where we stand in front of a lot of people. That's not making me proud again, and makes me also proud, really proud, because other bands were in front of us, played in front of us, and after, or at the moment when we go on stage, there are 3,500 people, and it was really great, and it was a good thing to say, okay, it's good that we start again in 2015, that we are still going on.
This is great. Yeah, I remember Organ that you mentioned. I had an interview with Sieb not many years ago, quite a few years ago, and I fucked up the banner, and we spelt the name Seed, and I was not aware of it till like the day of the interview, and some of his fans were saying it's Sieb, not Seed. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was kind of fucked up, an oversight on my part. But yeah, I had gotten with them. I forget what album it was for, but it was quite a few years ago. But yeah, you have a history out there, so your fans are very happy that you are back out there doing the music, and this is your second release in about 2 years, let's say. I think, and it's just about 2 years, a little bit less than 2 years, but it's good to know that Warpath is back and not taking any prisoners, or taking prisoners, however you wish to say it. But I definitely appreciate you being here for the interview and sharing with us some of your proudest moments. Is there anything that you would like to say to your loyal fans that are tuning in tonight, the ones that have been with you since the beginning, and your new fans as well?
Yes. The first thing that I want to say, stay tuned, and thanks for your loyalty. I hope to see you, if we ever get a chance to play in the States, to see you there one day, maybe, and be different like each other.
That would be great to see you live, and with Darkness, another Massacre record label band that I just had an interview with them. To see the both of you here together on a tour with, let's say, Creator and Destruction and all the best thrash metal bands from the world to come here to do a festival, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great for us. Maybe we find a good booger, or we have a good booger, and he can fix something like this. So for us, it will be one of the greatest things that can happen for us. Huh?
Yeah.
Could be.
And Dirk, I really appreciate the interview. Like I said, we had some obstacles getting it done, but now that we've got it done, I'm very happy that we have this opportunity to do it. I appreciate your time, and I want to make sure that we got all the information out there to the fans that we possibly can. That being said, if there's anything that you'd like to discuss that we've had yet to mention, please, let's talk about it.
Not really. No. The only thing that I want to say is I have to thank you also for the interview and for supporting Warpath on your radio show. Thank you very much.
Well, that's our pleasure. We're happy to do it. We're here to support the underground metal around the world, heard around the world. This is what Metal Messiah Radio is all about. So it's been a pleasure to have you here today for our interview here on the Metal Meltdown. So how about we go crank up some more Warpath and crank it up loud?
Yes.
Crank it up. All right, great.
Yeah, do it.